hell happened here?
Hasn't happened yet.
There are people in the future who need us. I need Tenet.
We need to save them here and now.
This reversing the flow of time. Wasn't us being here now, and it never happened. You want to crash a plane,
But not from the air. That was so dramatic.
well, how big a plane?
That part is a little dramatic.
When's it coming in the theaters, boy? Innit?
So when does the actual
Oh my
event
God!
start?
There you go. The new trailer for Tenet. John David, more questions, maybe a few more answers, but what an amazing epic film. Tell me, I mean, what was your reaction when you saw that trailer? Because you obviously, spent a long time filming this thing, but the way that, the way it's cut together and the sort of the questions that it's prompting, what was your reaction when you saw it?
I was overwhelmed with joy, disbelief suspended in that. I was admiring how well the beard was kept up. But really, it's just, it's interesting because...
Listen, I'm streaming. I need you guys to stay away from me. I need to get a good shot.
Of information about the movie that I was surprised that he was going to reveal. And I love that he did. And it's just, being a huge fan of Christopher Nolan, this seems like, we're familiar with his films, we obviously know his films, but this seems like something different. It seems like this is where he's about to take us for the next 10 to 15 years of filmmaking.
The scale and the epic.
Okay, actually stop or I will just leave.
Way to see all those different countries, and for you, I assume you sort of had a world tour in a way. It looks like, you were in India, Italy, like all these different places.
Mm-hmm.
So you really filmed in all those locations, right?
Yeah, we were there from Tallinn, Estonia, to Mumbai, India, Amalfi Coast, Copenhagen. It was, and to me, it just gives the film so many different personalities. There's an international environment that's set with these characters that they're placed in, and what you saw is where we were. It's not green screen. We had some cameras out there, and we filmed it, and at these beautiful locations, and sort of in these interesting sort of alien-like looking, planet-looking places as well. So it was, which gave me more motivation to just give it my all because of the set pieces and where we are, and we're so detailed and specific to the story that we're trying to tell. And when you watch the trailer, I highly recommend watching it again and again. And you get more answers. Oh,
I just said every little line of dialogue, I'm sure, has to be, kind of reverse engineered and dissected. There's a lot going on in this film, like you would expect from Christopher Nolan, but the epicness matched with, such an interesting narrative and huge stunt sequences, action sequences. I wanted to ask you about that because from a stunt perspective, you're doing things that are not supposed to be humanly possible, and it's just like the reverse rappelling or whatever you call that. I don't know how much you can share about what's really going on there, but how did you film those things?
Chris and Hoyte van Hoytema had a camera, and they yelled action and cut. No, but it was some of the moves that we were doing, especially those hand-to-hand sequences and the physicality of it all. Some our stunt guys, George Cottle and company, they've never done some of these moves before. They were sort of inventing them for this movie specifically. So it's so exciting that we're going to be able to introduce this new style of fighting, this new style of combat. You know what I mean? And again, to be seen in a theater, in a movie, on a big movie screen, it's gonna be so vibrant. Oh my God.
No, and again, what I love about this film too is it's going to be thought-provoking. I think it's the thing you want to experience with your friends, talk about afterwards, and pull apart.
Yes.
And I'm sure even as you guys were filming, you were trying to kind of understand all the layers of this because again, what we see is only the surface.
And then the party glider, it goes well closer.
With
God
me,
does what
he it was
So what do I
important
do?
that,
I can actually hear you now.
the actors track the story correctly,
right, so look at
we
this-
can tell
look
it
at
the
the
best
big
way we
screen.
could, and
Press
so he was very
L2,
patient
press
with us.
square,
I
and
say
then,
that very politely.
jump
Well,
and
well, you're
play
lucky
right.
that you get to
And
get to
then
text Chris
and
Nolan
then
when you have a
first
question
person.
about the film. The rest of us just have to carefully dissect the trailer and go to Reddit
You're
to
right.
try and understand what's actually going on there. But I gotta say, it's like so many hints, and that's what we love. I think is like slowly peeling back the layers of this, but still having such an interesting, heartfelt story that I'm sure is at the core of this film, like all of his work. And yeah, it's so exciting to get a glimpse at this. The airplane sequence at the end of the trailer, that was completely unexpected. I didn't know we were gonna see that, or that was even in the film.
Yeah.
Is that like a practical effect with like a real 747?
Yeah, that was a real plane, and that was a real building that we crashed that plane into. And we, cast and crew all witnessed it. It was epic, it was incredible. And we all cheered.
Is that you
Ray
watching,
and
Craig?
Rod, when they yelled cut after Chris felt like
Is that
he
you
got it.
watching?
So yeah, that what you saw is really
The stream.
Can't wait to see it, and I think for everyone here in Fortnite, with being so honored that you and Chris decided to bring Tenet first to Fortnite to show the world this way. No, this is again, we're making history, and thank you so much, John David, for joining us. You made it into a video game finally.
Did it.
Hopefully the first of many.
Hope so.
Awesome. All right, John David Washington, thanks for joining us. Thanks again to John David Washington. And before I go, there is one final surprise. This summer, we will be screening an iconic Christopher Nolan full-length feature film right here on the big screen.
It's a
Stay
film.
tuned for more details.
Bruh, the hosting a fit. Bruh. Ha. Helicopter. That's it.
Brian, how many people are watching your stream?
2. You and Craig.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not dumb. Is that it then?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, everyone's leaving now. I think. Yeah, I think that's it.